All right, so we're going to be multiplying a monomial to a polynomial. Now remember, a monomial is a one-term polynomial, and a polynomial could be many terms. So to multiply a monomial to a polynomial, we multiply the monomial to each term of the polynomial. So in mathematics, we refer to this as the distributive property. So in other words, we distribute the multiplication to each term. So if I take a look at A, 3, I can consider 3 as a monomial. What I have to make sure is that each term of 3 multiplied to both terms of the polynomial. So really, I make those arrows, and I'm going to write 3 times x plus 3 times 5. So this ends up being 3 times x is 3x plus 15. All right, let's do another question. So I'm going to actually change the way that I think of this. I'm going to multiply two polynomials. Now, this polynomial is a monomial, and we're going to multiply it to a binomial. Now, a binomial has two terms. So you could tell because it's broken up by an addition or subtraction sign. So what I need to make sure is that the term 3 is being multiplied to both of them. Do you see how there's brackets here? That implies that there's a multiplication. So I have to do 3 times 7 first. Now I have to do, now we can consider this plus 3 times negative 2y. In other words, this is 21, and I'm going to multiply these two together plus negative 6y. And it's probably better to rewrite this as 21 minus 6y. All right, for some of you that felt very awkward. So I'm going to maybe try to do it again. I'm going to take a little bit different approach. Now, what I notice is in my binomial, the one in the brackets, it consists of two terms. One term and the second term. So I need to make sure that this 3 is multiplied to both terms. So I would write 3 times 7. And now when I do this multiplication 3 times 2y, or 3 times negative 2y, 3 times negative 2y would be negative 6y. So in other words, it's 21 minus 6y. All right, let's continue. 4 times 2m. Sorry, this should read 4 times 2m minus 3. Now what I notice is that there is a binomial here, 1, 2. So I need to make sure that the 4 times 2m is 8m. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. All right, let's continue. So what I notice is I have a term that is negative 10. Negative 10 times x, negative 10 times 8. I have to make sure that my monomial negative 10 is multiplied to two terms of my binomial. So negative 10 times x is negative 10x. Negative 10 times positive 8 is negative 80. So really, what am I doing? I'm multiplying integers. There's a lot of that understanding going on here. All right, let's get more serious, shall we? So 3x times 4x plus 1. I have to make sure that this is a monomial. This monomial needs to be distributed to both terms of my binomial. So really, I could write this as 3x times 4x plus 3x times 1. So 3x times 4x, I'm going to multiply the coefficients. 3 times 4 is 12. X times x is x squared. And then plus 3x plus 1 is 3x. All right, all is good and dandy. 4, or f. Again, I notice that I have a monomial times a binomial. 4d times d squared is 4d cubed. 4d times negative 6, well, 4 times negative 6 is negative 24d.